Ghost of Tabor isn't worth buying in 2024. Well, at least not yet. See, in my opinion, the devs might need a change and make some adjustments to the game before new players start to join in and won't be bogged down on playing the game when they first start. And what better thing to work on right now is the mission and trader overhaul. Now, obviously, they're working on the mission overhaul. It's like beating a dead horse at this point with my channel, and I don't want to talk about it again because I've stated before that missions are important so that players can continue on playing and have something worthwhile to look forward to. But the real interesting thing is the trader overhaul, and I think this is going to be way more detailed and important because they're unbalanced in many ways. A good example is that at trader level 4 for Spectre, you can get almost every single weapon in the game except for an AK Alpha, the Barrett 50 cal, and the P90. 3 weapons for level 5. Now obviously you could say, oh well, the P90, the AK Alpha, and the Barrett 50 cal do a lot of damage for the caliber that they're working with, right? Well, I'll get into the caliber sizes and stuff like that here in a bit, but what I'm going to say is this. At what point do you want to put out 200,000 plus XP to get 3 other weapons in your locker? It just kind of feels sad to not be able to unlock more stuff at level 5. You have this exponential growth of getting more and more and more items, then all of a sudden it just drops down to the floor and you only get 3 other items for Spectre level 5 and that's it. It doesn't seem like it's really worth the money or experience to get to level 5, right? And the only good side of getting to level 5, aside from getting those 3 little items, is also getting a 20% off on everything in the store, which is not a bad deal, don't get me wrong, but when you're at level 4, you get 15% off, and you're gonna work your butt off to get your trader level up and up and up to get to level 5 just for another 5% off? At that point, you might as well just stay at level 4. But it's not just with Spectre, it's also with Shiro and Jiri, and a lot of people may know where I'm going with this, but AP rounds being able to be unlocked at level 3 for both traders at that level does seem a bit too easy, I would say, because AP rounds, when you look at the actual table on the Ghost of Tabor wiki, you can tell that a lot of the armor at level 3 doesn't provide enough protection against AP rounds for most of the weapons that you use. So imagine this, you have every single trader at level 3, right? You upgraded them all to level 3. Now, you get AP rounds, and you try to use armor that's only level 3. You're going to get 2 or 3 shotted through your armor because when you look at the stats, the AP rounds for most weapons, it can do 100% penetration instead of the 75% chance with other bullet types. And if we look at this armor table here that's on the official wiki for Ghost of Tabor, when you look at it, you can tell that a lot of the armor at protection grade 1, 2, and 3 will almost 100% have a chance of getting penetrated by AP rounds. Now there's some guns out there that still penetrated at FMJ, you know, 7.62 by 54, 7.62 by 51, etc, etc. But even then, that tells me that having protection grade level 3 for armor isn't really worthwhile, and that's why you need to get to level 4 or 5 with Minty so that you're able to protect yourself against AP rounds. But even then, that explains a lot on why people run naked, because there's no point in bringing armor when someone has AP rounds that can penetrate level 3 armor so easily. So the ballistics and the time to kill and all that stuff, I feel like should get rearranged a bit, and I feel like that's a lot easier to do because they're just numbers. All you gotta do is adjust the numbers here and there just to see how it feels for some of the weapons and then balance them out fully so that everything works out in the end. And for me, I would like at least level 3 to have 75% chance of being penetrated instead of the 100% chance for certain bullets, like the intermediate bullets, like the 9x39, 7.62x39, the 5.56x45. Like, make it at least 75%. And the second thing I have an issue with, which actually discusses further into traders, is the economy. I don't like it because a lot of the weapons in this game and a lot of attachments are so expensive for no reason at all. I really want to ask, why is it that an AS Val at Spectre Arms level 4 is cheaper than an assault rifle suppressor or even a bolt action suppressor? Why is it that these suppressors are more expensive than the guns themselves? And obviously this could be said for a lot of other things too, you know, for example, assault rifles being super inexpensive, attachments being super expensive for no reason. Like, why is it that the weapons are not expensive or more expensive than the attachments? Look, either way, personal opinion is that the economy is bad and the traders need to get a revamp. But there's another thing that also makes this game very difficult to play for a very long time. And that being, there's no end game towards Ghost of Tabor. Now, obviously, you can make your own end game. For example, hey, I want to get to level trader 5 with all the traders. Good luck on that. Have fun. Do that every single time. That's going to be annoying. I want to kill every single boss in every single level. I mean, hey man, go right ahead, but I'm just saying it's a lot easier to do it because you can just hide around the corner with an assault rifle and not get shot and just kill him with a headshot with any weapon of your choosing. I want to have the most money at the end of the wipe. Go right ahead, man. All you got to do is just get a lot of magazines and just sell it. That's all you do. You can kill players to sell their armor too, but it's not going to be as much as getting so many magazines from scavs or AI that when you have your backpack full of it, you probably get 50 grand from just holding up at least 20 or even 15 magazines. Look, I'm just saying the end game, there needs to be something for players who go above and beyond, or not above and beyond, but get to the point where they want to try to go for a harder variation of the game that they're playing already, which is why, in my opinion, this is what they should do. They should make a variation of their levels, but only available to those who are level 40 or above, or whatever level they decide. Make it a certain level that a player has to get into, and they have to bring in an armor vest, a helmet, a backpack, and a gun. It has to be all of those, and if they don't have it, they're not allowed to go into that subsection of the map. And there's a bunch of other things you can do too. For example, you can have different variations of key cards that you can use so that it has higher tier loot than what other people are already using. Or, for example, you can make the AI much harder, but they have much better weapons that you can get to sell for later on. But in my personal opinion, again, I think there should be some kind of end goal, like something to grind towards so that you feel successful knowing that you got there, instead of it just being, oh yeah, trader level 5, yay! And that's all I really gotta say. In my opinion, this game has a lot of potential, but there's some big glaring issues that need to be fixed, and I feel like these can be actually fixed pretty easily. Not the map part, but more of like the economic change or the balancing of the ballistics. Just change a few numbers here and there, see how it works, and make sure that people who are using level 3 armor can feel a little bit more protected than when people use, you know, AP rounds at level 3 for Shiro or Jiri, or even make AP rounds at level 4 or 5. Make it much harder to get, because AP rounds just suck to go against early wipe. But it can be just a skill issue. I can kill someone with a Mark IV Luger with 22 rounds FMJ with only one bullet. I just get right behind him. Shut up. Anyone who says skill issue, by the way, in a non-sarcastic way, in that sense, y'all don't understand how fucking annoying it is to hear skill issue 24/7. In my last 3 videos, I've heard skill issue nonstop when I specified issues that were very important to discuss about the way the weapons feel, the way items feel, and stuff like that, and they keep telling me it's a skill issue. No, what's a real skill issue is your fucking IQ level. Go to school again and get a bachelor's degree or a master's degree in fucking whatever, and then talk to me. Damn. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts on what you would do to change Tabor for the better. And also like and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more content like this. Next week, I think I'm going to play something other than a VR game for the first time in like a while. So, and I do want to say this before I end the video, that there is a wipe coming up within maybe a couple months or even a month. So I would say wait until the wipe happens to see how you feel about buying the game. But right now where it's at, in my opinion, it's not really that good. And if you buy it on standalone headset as well, if you buy it on the Quest 2 specifically, it's going to be a terrible time. I mean, obviously people can play it, it'll be okay, but it will look like dog shit still, because the Quest 2 doesn't have the capabilities of providing good graphical fidelity in comparison to like the Quest 3 or other standalone headsets out there right now. And I don't blame Ghost of Tabor. Meta is just stupid with their headsets right now. I don't know what they're doing. And they're trying to make a Quest 3S, which is like Quest 3, but like with Quest 2 specs and hardware. And it's like, I don't think it's really worth it. So for the graphical fidelity, I don't blame the devs at all. That is something you just need to consider for whatever headset you are using. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and or week. Deuces, take care, everyone.